guys are great. I had to bow to them. That wasn't even for me. So, Full Scale Riot, we got them sitting right here. What's up, fellas? What's going on?
What's happening, brother?
Hello, gentlemen.
What's going on?
How you doing?
Who do we got here from right to left?
Rob Machete.
Tim McMurtry.
Robert Yules.
That's good stuff. So now listen, I heard you guys got a new EP out, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of an absurd title. And how'd you come up with that title?
Oh, for the EP, well, the EP is called Rise, and it's basically about rising above from the from everything that's going on right now. It's kind of just like standing up and do what you got to do and push up forward through all the things that are going on in society right now.
I hear you.
And the economy and everything, and it's just kind of just not taking nothing, you know, and standing up and doing what you got to do.
I know your MySpace has a lot of hits. How is the radio airplay going with you guys? You've been on the radio, you're on the radio. How's the rotation?
We did a radio campaign, and a bunch of stations picked it up. And, you know, some markets were doing really well, and some markets, you know, they won't play the stuff because it's too heavy or it's not known enough. So most stations wait till it's a hit before they start playing it. But about half of the stations we sent it to are taking a chance on it. And they're letting the audience decide what's good. And, you know, big radio executives don't know what's good. The public tells them what's good. So at least half of them are taking a chance and letting the public decide. So that's the best thing we can do, is that we're not claiming to be the best. We just do our best on these CDs and let the crowds decide whether if they want to listen to it or not. So.
What's happening with distribution? Are you doing it yourself? Are you on iTunes, CD Baby, anything like that?
It's we haven't got to that level. What we tried to do is just get it out to the radio, let them do their promotion. Now we got the video. We're gonna run the video the same way, and we're just trying. We're kind of using this EP as like a sacrificial lamb to get us to that next level. You know, that's basically where we're at right now.
That's the best marketing tool
It's
for
a
the
new
business.
project,
You
so
got to put the EP out first.
It's a brand new project, and we're all like seasoned veterans that have played for years doing music. I started in the '80s, early '80s, and Rob shortly after.
Well, I know you guys were in some pretty heavy metal bands. Why don't you name a few? You were in a real popular band.
Yeah, I started off 1987. I was on the original guitarist of MOD, Method of Destruction, and I'll let Rob.
Big Lamore's band back in the day, right?
Big Lamore's was our home, man. We were just talking
that was the
about
Lamore's in Brooklyn. We all know it's on Staten Island now, but in Lamore's in Brooklyn, forget it.
It was the metal scene back then. It was like
of the world.
I remember playing, and at my show, and the crowd was James Hetfield, because he just, you know, it was just that's how cool it was. Everyone was at the start of, you know, their careers and blowing up. About to blow up, so it was wild seeing everybody with their hair down back then, you know, basically.
We all had long hair, I guess, at one point, right?
I had big hair.
I had long hair.
I had a huge mohawk.
With Timmy, though, with MOD, I was a fan of MOD in high school, and then like 2 years later, I met him, and he dragged me into MOD playing bass, and then he left the band to go form Rhythm Trip, so I went off to Europe with Billy, did a tour and a record with Billy. Then did America opening for Propane.
Oh, that's it. Propane was
They
big.
offered me the guitar gig, so I
from
And then
MOD
I
to
replaced
Propane.
him on bass for MOD. I think everyone.
Yeah, we've all been in MOD.
Yeah.
And how'd you meet this guy?
I met Rob online. We were auditioning for American Idol season 1. And
I thought he was Van Damme when I first walked in here. I'm like, where did this guy come from?
I know, someone said on our page, who's playing drums, John Cena?
no, we're all inbred from Billy Milano, basically. So, yeah.
Pretty much from MOD. MOD was the roots of all of us musically. I was originally there, and it was just kind of past the ball, you know. But it's like some of us went a little further. Like Rob's really been out there. I mean, Rob has toured all over Europe many times.
The cool thing is we took Rhythm Trip with us to Europe.
It figures.
With Propane. We had a big festival tour, and we went from playing clubs, and then their first tour of Europe, they were playing with us and Motorhead in front of 50,000 people.
Motorhead,
he starts with me with MOD, and then I'm opening for him.
Yeah, it was crazy though. Like hanging out with Lemmy, playing soccer with Motorhead.
That's cool.
And then before the
couple of Jack and Cokes too.
It was cool though. But now we're
Gotta have
here,
the
and
Jack.
you know, the past is the past. But this is something new, and we had the balls to start something from scratch instead of jumping into an established band. You know, we get offers to play with other bands, but I did that, he did that. We want to, before we die, we want to at least start something from scratch and see if anything can happen with it.
Plus, the industry right now is
The industry is terrible
insane.
out there.
It's almost like you like pulled the T-shirt over their head and like kicked them in the, you know what, you know?
You know how many great
'Cause that's
bands?
what's happening to the whole industry
You know how many
right
great
now.
bands and talent are out there that are not getting their shot?
see,
But that's
now?
the best thing. We don't have any talent, so we're not really hurt.
Now listen, when you talk about radio, what's your radio? You on major radio or you on college radio?
It's pretty much, well, they only play stuff like our stuff, mostly through the college circuit.
Yeah.
And it goes to Sirius. It goes, we're actually about to get on Sirius.
Well,
We're hoping
Sirius
it's
is
looking
big,
pretty
you know?
serious to get on Sirius right
You know, a lot of people more actually are listening to Sirius, old school guys, than the young kids.
Yep.
And that's what, you know, you're going to be heard.
Well, you know, it's crazy. You know, like here it is. We've all been around the bush, but playing music. But here,
Been around the bush.
On the bush.
it's pretty crazy. but we have, and the bottom line is now you see, like, you know, you try to get your stuff out there, re-promoting yourself, and even though we've been all over, it's like starting over again. And even like all the faces change. All the college kids back when we were on like stations like, you know, college radio like WSU or something.
SOU, of course.
They've all like switched up and there's all new faces.
There's all new faces everywhere.
That's just how it goes.
I had
you
these
know?
kids
The game
on,
changes.
program directors from SOU, Westgate, back in January. A bunch of good guys. They got my music on the air, but it's all new faces there. And if they don't know you, they don't want to know you. So you got to be connected with a friend or someone who knows somebody.
And then they you know, it's the whole thing is exactly you got to know someone.
Well, you run into these college kids now, and they're like, "Oh, you were in MOD? My parents used to love you guys." So, what are you gonna do?
That's it.
You guys have any wild and crazy stories? What was your most memorable concert or venue you've done? Come on.
There
give
was
us
one
some
in
dirt.
You can repeat, Rob.
no, in Holland.
Oh,
It was
there's
like
a
the
lot.
biggest show of our lives, basically. Not with this band, with Propane, and Timmy was there.
Oh, it was a
And
great show. Dynamo Fest.
we're trying to get to the
really?
show, and our
80,000.
singer is missing. So we're waiting. We're it's the biggest show of our lives. Can't find our singer. So the last thing you do is check the police stations and the hospitals, you know, and then the morgue if you don't find him there. So we went to the hospital. No, he wasn't there. We went to the police station. He's behind bars.
Oh, man.
Biggest show
Man.
of our lives. Slayer, Venom,
Oh,
you know, just all these huge bands.
So what you do? You didn't
We
play?
bailed them out, and we
You have so many
did an
connections in
amazing
Holland,
show.
right?
Oh,
We
forget
just
about
paid them off.
Yeah, that's
I
all they
mean-
want. They want a handout, right?
How do you get arrested in
You
Holland?
got
I
the
mean,
connections
everything's
at the coffee
legal.
shops in Holland.
Everything's legal, but our guy manages to get arrested.
Well, now listen. On a better note, you got your video here, right?
Yep.
We're limited to time, so why don't we roll it? What's the name of it?
This video is Full Scale Riot's first one. It's called Guilty by Association.
All right, let's check it out. Full Scale Riot.